You want to talk about embarrassing? I got my head split open. Oh, this is a douchey. And I was trying to catch a baseball, and I was such a girl. It shot right. It was a pop fly, and it went right past my glove and bounced off my face.
Did it go? Make that sound, that Three Stooges knock sound?
It split my head, and I lifted my hat, and blood rushed down my face. So I walked home, and I'm laying on my bathroom floor, and the ambulance came. And I was like a little woozy, so they're putting me on the stretcher, and I said to the people, "Pray for me."
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I just remembered that when Nick said, the
doctor's like, I would, but I'm Jewish.
Pray for me. Like I just got shot in a gun battle.
What did you mean?
I don't know, but I thought I was dying, and that we should all get together and just, I don't know.
From a baseball hitting your head?
I know, pop fly. It wasn't like it was a zombie
liner to the throat.
It was a Rod Carew blooper, and it split my little faggoty head open.
Texas Lager.
That's
you really bleed when the head.
Pray for me.
I want to get to sandwiches and snacks.
When I was playing in the Little League baseball, if I wanted a drink, I had to suck my mother's pussy ass.
Holy shit, Jimmy! Oh my lord!
At least she was there for you.
That's right.
It's nice.
I was a pitcher when I was a kid, and I was just fucking
catcher now.
dumpy.
Damn it, you beat me.
Power bottom.
Are you trying to say I topped from the bottom?
Now a pitcher as an adult, yeah.
I was I was a pitcher on Young's Glass Service. On the Royals.
The Royals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
how'd you do?
Story. I've been better.
Yeah, you.
I had a really weird pitching style. Instead of winding up, I did it like I would be on the mound, and I would step back, up, and then forward. Like I would just take a step back. I wouldn't even wind up.
It wasn't even a good wind up. You didn't have a good leg lift, and it was just kind of backwards, forwards. You're going to add an extra 1/1000th of a mile per hour to your pitch with that.
And I remember I walked. They had such high hopes for me as a pitcher. Mr. Ryan thought I was going to be a great pitcher.
Mr. Ryan was a boob.
He certainly was an ass. And I did particularly well in one game, like against one or two hitters, but then they started me, and I think I walked like 7 people in a row, and they had to yank me.
That no insight asshole.
It was awful.
Wow.
Ball 4! Your mother's cunt. Ball 4! I ain't a fire. Just pull me already. Ball! Ball! Come on.
Get me out of here. I'm dying
Best
here.
effort. Ball 4! Bases are loaded, no outs. How do I get out of this?
I could do this.
Strike! Yes! Fucking pulling it together. Ball 4! What a bases walking bag of shit. You could actually hear da-dung, 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 da-dung. They were playing merry-go-round music.
That's it going around the bases.
Oh, it was fucking awful. I turned around, and all the players had a fucking stick coming through their backs and through their chest. Like they were on a carousel. The carousel of fat, no self-esteem boy. Ball 4! Strike! The occasional torture of strike. That's right. It's 3-1.
Let's go to Randy in Houston. Randy.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, Randy.
I was going to say, I was kind of raised how Opie was. Man, when you were a kid and you were playing Little League, if you wanted a goddamn drink, you had to wait till the end of the damn 9 innings. If you were injured, get out there and fucking play. That was my dad's stance.
Yeah, because my nephew JD's big into the baseball there, and I've gone to a lot of the games, and you see a lot of athletes. But you see these moms, and they're just, like, hanging around the dugout, like, handing food to their kid in the dugout. JD doesn't get the food and the juices, really, for the most part.
They want to be part
But
of it.
it's all about snacks, and it's just a fun day out for everybody. It's not a sport anymore in some ways.
Well, isn't that kind of...
Kids are trained to be pussies now.
I don't know. I got to say one thing. Isn't that... It's like we're kind of knocking that, but it's like... Oh, it was funny the way Opie just said that. Yeah, it's just a fun day out. Like, yeah, I guess that is kind of what it's supposed to be for kids. Like, you're having snacks. And,
you know what?
You're having snacks and hitting the ball. But the way you said that, like, little cunts just trying to have fun and enjoy their day.
I'm the Bobby Knight of the Pee Wee League.
Just displaying sportsmanship and the like.
No, it's all right. When
Father should go over there and punch her in the face.
Dude, There's a difference. When you get your friends together, you go to the schoolyard, you hit the ball around, you try to get a game together, whatever. It's a fun day out. But organized sports, it's you know, you shouldn't have mommy hanging out on the dugout asking if you want some, animal crackers.
Juicy.
And a juice box.
My mother never did that stuff. My mother was on the fence, holding onto it, shaking it, going, swing, batter, swing. She was really embarrassing. She'd go, no batter, no batter, no batter, while I was up at the plate.
We want a pitcher, not a belly that likes to have shit on it.
She'd be on the fence trying to rally the other team.
Were you easy out guy?
Yeah, at one point.
Easy out.
Oh.
And I would the worst would be like, I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
I'll show you. Swing, foul tip. Ball goes nowhere. It's not a good foul tip. It's I barely got a piece. And the ball would just limply, like my cock in adulthood, just bounce off the plate. And technically it wasn't a fucking miss. And the coach would go, good swing, Jimmy. Just trying to encourage me.
Good swing, good swing.
Good piece of the ball.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a good piece of the ball.
No.
That's how bad I was. I would take solace in my outs.
Hey, when you were walking to the plate, did the pitcher turn around and give the sign of everyone move
Everyone come on in.
Yeah.
Move in, everyone.
No, closer, closer.
The umpire would do that. They would actually pick the fences up and move them in.
Center fielder's now playing second base when
Move
Jimmy's
in.
up.
That was awful. I told you the time that I was up at the plate and I hit a little dribbler foul up the first baseline, and it was just foul, and I stood there limply, and they're all yelling, run it out, and I was like, but the ball's foul, run it out, and I just stood there, and then it went fair, and as the guy picked it up, I started running, and I got 3 feet, I got 3 feet from home plate. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just get the phone here because, people who don't know me.
Oh, you're the worst.
Yeah,
That is funny.
I got 3 feet away from home plate, and they threw me out, and then I had to turn around and walk back to the dugout. Old chubby, my fucking uniform was untucked.
Would you have made it if you started running when you hit?
Oh, I might have. I don't know if I
Yeah, if you actually did what you were supposed to do.
I would have at least looked like I was running it out, but I stood there limply while they all screamed, run!
No, it's foul.
And I just stood there with my arms out, what? I don't want to run it out. It's a foul ball.
Panicky Pete when it takes that turn.
And it hit the grass, and it went right back in. And as the guy picked it up, I just started hustling it out, like the miracle was going to come.
You hit a frunkus.
The ball went frunkus.
Oh, what an ass. God, that's funny.
I remember one game, I was so bad, they moved me from position to position. I started out in right field, and they moved me into third base. Oh, I was awful. And some kid tried to steal third, and they threw it to me, and the ball just, my glove stood there, and the ball just went left of my glove, and he ran home. Oh, what a fucking impotent mess I was.
There are certain people that wherever they're positioned, the second he has to come into play, it's because it's happening so fast, but your mind is working real quick, and you're like, oh, we're fucked. Oh, we're fucked. And there goes the ball to throw, and he fucking missed it.
One year, I actually wasn't the worst hitter. I would do okay. And this is probably, what am I? I'm 38, and this was probably when I was 13, 25 years ago. And I still remember my dad overheard some black kid on the team complimenting me, and he told me about it. The kid's name was Andy Blocker.
Andy Blocker.
And he said that Jimmy's one of the better hitters on this team.
Hey,
and my
how
dad
about that?
reported that to me, and I never forgot it.
Nice.
I was one of the better hitters on that team.
Hey,
And I wasn't.
Very nice of that.
Yes, it was me and Rick Allen and Christopher Reeve were the 3 hitters, and I was one of the better ones, behind only those 2.
I want to start a new bit.
Cleanup hitter. You got to clean up Christopher Reeve's shit.
And Heather Mills, where she would just put pine tar on her thigh and swing it.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why that makes sense. She only has 1 leg. That makes more sense if you have 2.
Mike in Jersey. Mike.
Asshole I am.
Because he wants to pirouette. You know who used to spin around in the outfield when he played baseball?
Old Jimmy Norton.
Little Jimmy Norton used to spin around.
I played with Young's Glass Service, and I remember I would spin. It was a nervous tick. It was like a mild Tourette's thing. I would spin once to the right, and for some reason, everything was okay. Things are not good. Something's wrong. Spin to the right. There we are. All is well.
Or listen, I played for Chico's bail bonds.
Very good.
My coach yelled at me from the...
Of course he did. You're spinning around like a retard.
He screamed, Hey, Jimmy, what are you, a ballerina?
Oh, thank God the little kids didn't laugh at you.
Nah, no one heard us, you know. My father or other men.
or other real men.
If everybody had a porch across the USA, then everybody'd be playing the game of Monster Rain. You'd see them dropping their trousers, you know we can't abstain. A bushy young scrotum playing Monster Rain. You'll catch me sucking off Jimmy, we're sucking all damn day. But just because we like blowing, that doesn't make us gay. All over my t-shirt and oozing down the drain. Everybody is playing Monster Rain. We're taking off our tighty whities here in the pouring rain. We're waxing down our members and fucking out our brains. All under the front porch, we're gonna leave a stain. Tell the teacher we're playing Monster Rain.
Imagine Jim going to his mom. Mom, going outside to play Monster Rain. Okay,
Monster
Jimmy,
Rain.
have fun.
So Monster Rain, if the rain hit you, something bad would happen, so you'd have to get out of the rain, right? Drink out of this. It's an antidote for Monster Rain.
Right. Help! I'm here. The doctor's here.
Wow, what a sick, twisted little
classic
little boy.
Playing Monster Rain.